US dollar is the most powerful currency on earth. But that didn't happen by accident. During the 19th and early 20th centuries, America rapidly expanded through industry, trade, manufacturing, and innovation. Factories grew across the country. Railroads connected major cities, and American businesses became larger and more influential. But the real turning point came after World War II. While much of Europe and Asia suffered massive destruction, America's economy remained incredibly strong. Its factories were still operating, its industries were booming, and the United States suddenly became one of the most powerful economies on Earth. In 1944, global leaders created the Bretton Woods system. Many international currencies became connected to the US dollar, and the dollar itself was linked to gold. That helped make the American currency trusted around the world. Then another major factor changed everything: oil. Most global oil transactions started being done using US dollars. That meant countries everywhere needed dollars to buy energy. Soon, banks, governments, and global companies began depending heavily on the dollar for international trade and finance. Today, the US dollar impacts economies across the entire world. Countries store massive amounts of dollars in their reserves. International businesses use it constantly, and global markets still rely heavily on the American financial system. That gives the United States enormous economic influence. But some countries are now trying to reduce their dependence on the dollar through alternative systems and currencies. Even so, the dollar remains one of the strongest symbols of global financial power, a currency that became far more than just money. Today, some countries are trying to challenge the dominance of the US dollar. China and Russia have explored trade systems using different currencies, and some governments want to reduce dependence on American financial networks. At the same time, new technologies like digital currencies and cryptocurrency are changing global finance rapidly. But replacing the dollar is extremely difficult because the global economy has depended on it for decades. Banks trust it, investors use it, and international markets still revolve heavily around the American financial system. For now, the US dollar remains one of the most powerful financial tools on Earth. The future of global money may look very different from today. Digital payments are growing rapidly, countries are exploring digital currencies, and global financial systems are becoming more connected through technology. Some experts believe the world could eventually move toward multiple powerful currencies instead of relying mostly on the dollar. Others believe the US dollar will remain dominant for many more decades because of America's economy, military influence, and global financial networks. But one thing is certain: money is no longer just about cash. It's about global influence, technology, trade, and power. And the battle over the future of finance may shape the next era of world history itself. For decades, the US dollar helped shape the modern global economy. It influenced oil markets and international trade. It underpinned banking systems and global business. The dollar became deeply connected to everyday life across the planet. Entire economies move when the dollar changes. Stock markets react, governments respond, global investors pay attention. Very few currencies in history ever reached this level of influence. A currency that started as America's national money eventually became one of the biggest symbols of global power itself.